After they combined to beat their respective opponents 95-14 last week, the North Central Cardinals and Carnegie Mellon Tartans met in the second round of the NCAA Division III football championship on Saturday at Benedetti Worley Stadium, a year after their scheduled first round meeting between the two was canceled due to a COVID-19 outbreak within the Tartan team. With so much time for anticipation, both sides were raring to go with a trip to the quarterfinals on the line. After slow starts for both offenses, it was Carnegie Mellon who struck first. Ben Mills finds Chris Hughes over the middle, and Hughes bounces off an attempted tackle by Zach Orr and turns on the Jets. 47 yards on the score, a play which would constitute over 30% of the Tartans' offense for the day. The score stayed 7-0 into the second quarter, which started with this nice run for sophomore quarterback Luke Lehnen. His rushes were one of the few things going well for the Cardinals offensively early in the game. Later in the drive, Lehnen finds junior receiver D'Angelo Hardy on a quick goal-line fade pass to tie the game. Lehnen's 28th passing touchdown, with half of them now having gone to Hardy with 14. Next Cardinals drive, and D'Angelo Hardy for the first time finds space downfield in the Tartans secondary. He'd lead the Cardinals in receptions as usual with 7 catches for 66 yards. However, North Central turned the ball over on downs later in the drive. After a penalty backed Carnegie Mellon inside their own 10, Mills is hit from his blind side by senior defensive end Tyler Rich, who knocks the ball loose. Junior defensive tackle Dan Lester is in the right place at the right time and leaps on the ball to set the Cardinals up inside the Tartans' 5-yard line. After he was stuffed not once but twice, on 3rd and goal, senior running back Ethan Greenfield does eventually fight his way into the end zone, and the Cardinals take the lead for the first time, 14-7. The Gallardi Trophy nominee averaged just 2 yards per carry in the first half, as the nation's top offense was held to just 14 points. In the third quarter now, when senior defensive end Dan Gilroy lays a huge hit on Mills, who again coughs up the football, and again it's Lester who's able to recover the fumble for the Cardinals. Mills would unfortunately have to leave the game after this collision, as the formidable North Central defensive front continued to win the battle in the trenches. On the ensuing drive and facing a third down, some good play design from the Cardinals gets Greenfield the ball in space on a short pass, and he's able to follow his blockers for a first down and much more. Then, after the field was flipped for the end of the quarter, Greenfield once again charges into the end zone. His 21st rushing TD of the season finally gave the Cardinals some breathing room. And speaking of room, Greenfield did finally find some on the next series as he bursts for a 62-yard run. He finished with 135 yards and the 2 scores on 21 carries. The touchdown-saving tackle by Adrian Williams proved vital as the Cardinals would turn the ball over on a muffed field goal attempt. But there would be no stopping the next big run for the Cardinals. Lehnen keeps it himself and finds a gear other players don't possess. A straight sprint for 72 yards, all the way for a game-sealing touchdown. He set a new personal single-game high with 127 rushing yards in the game, as his ability to run the ball once again proved to be a vital X-factor. The Cardinals battled their way through the stingy Tartans defense and into the quarterfinal round of the playoffs. They'll continue their postseason homestand against Ithaca next weekend after a hard-fought victory over Carnegie Mellon, 28-7.